Okay, I seen that you had some issues with Killer Mike and Big U about the Cripocola. Can you
Right.
kind of break that down and everything that happened with that?
Yeah, well, right now we're in litigation. We have a $50 million lawsuit against Killer Mike, Big U, and a couple of Killer Mike's managers, and also Exotic Pop for trademark infringement for the use of the Crip brand without permission. Um, Killer Mike is an Atlanta. I don't really know of his music or anything like that. I just knew slightly of his activism, and I spoke with him a couple times in the past, and then learned of him using the brand. He wanted to. He took it to a major network, and claimed it to be his brand, that he was the owner of it, and he wasn't. And I spoke to him on the phone early on when I learned of this situation with the network, and I spoke and I said, hey, actually he knows my oldest son's father. They all had Bad Boy connection together with his manager. His manager did a lot of things with Bad Boy as well. And so I spoke to them on the phone and I said, hey, I see what you're doing with the, I get it, but if you like to pursue anything on a serious note with our culture, then you would have to sit down at a round table with a collective of people. I said, this isn't something that you go to Big U or, you want to go see Mr. XYZ about it. You would have to get with us if you planned on doing anything further with it. And I never heard back from the guy. I never heard from the guy again. The next thing I knew, there was a photo op with him and Jay-Z paired up, and they're standing doing a photo op, Cripocola, and Jay-Z's the new partner and the new face, and he did a song with Pharrell about Cripocola, an entrepreneur. And I'm like, yo, what's going on here? So from my understanding, they did sit down with Big U, and they spoke to him and asked permission to use the Crip brand. Now, these guys are out of Atlanta. Big U is not the leader of the Crips. He has no shot to call over our culture, what we can and what we cannot do. He ain't made a check and sent nobody nothing. So, with that being said, they didn't sit down and talk to the right people. It's not just no one person. And I think that's kind of sort of what the media thought, and these guys is some country bumpkins out of Atlanta and, wanted to, I just didn't even understand the infatuation with a culture like this, with people that's not being from here. And then especially Killer Mike, who poses to be an activist on one note in front of the people, and on the backhand, you got gang dealings from Atlanta to LA. He's come here and had to have gang meetings with gang members. And I've gotten calls on phones, and they just leave me on the speaker and let me listen into, he didn't know, and let me listen into the meetings that Killer Mike was attending here in LA, on some gang shit. So it's like, what side are you serving? You know what I'm saying? And so, time went by, and I sent cease and desist. Hey, y'all gotta stop using that. You cannot do it. You know what I mean? And so I think they kind of thought it was for play, and so they got into it and did their thing. And he tried to broker a deal with Jay-Z to become his partner. And Jay-Z found out that Killer Mike was not the actual owner. When they finally decided, hey, Jay-Z's on board, Killer Mike asked Big U, can you get in touch with that chick and have her, and he's like, no. He had an interview on with Adam on No Jumper. And he said, no, I'm not calling her for what? Of course not. What did you call me for? You didn't call me any other time. So, so time went by, and now all of them are in court, and it's a win-win for us. And this is definitely a start in the right direction to let people know, especially if you start with Big U, who is supposed to, is a self-proclaimed leader of the Crips. As I said, he's not, because we don't have a leader, and he don't call the shots for us, and so this is a way to let them know that we not playing. That pen outweighs that sword by 1,000 times. And when you said, am I concerned about people seeing or being the face, or no, I'm not worried about any of that, because if I were not to be here or around, it's all paperwork. It goes, we have heirs, we have a board, so it's passed down. It's deadlocked. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying at this point. So no, no, I'm not worried at all. But it'll send the right message to those who think that you can just come and take over our culture without paying a price. It's not gonna happen.
Now, how far on the lawsuit are you with it? Because I actually did see a commercial. Was that the commercial that they made?
What was the commercial of what? Was it a Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Michael Blackson was in it? No, it could have been, I don't know. It could have been something that Killer Mike was doing. I have no idea. They invested a lot of money, a lot of resources. They had a lot of people in on it with them. T.I. I saw some photo ops with Snoop. Yeah, that's not even the same product.
Right.
As ours.
It looks a lot different. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so strange that he'd even received a letter from the trademark office. And because he tried to trademark it, and the trademark office said, hey, somebody owns this, and we're going to suspend your application, and it's probably going to be suspended indefinitely, because if you attempt to do that, the likelihood of causing confusion is there. And that's not what trademarking is all about. And after they received a letter from the trademark office and told them to stop, they went full speed ahead. That's a no-no.
So they kept going even after they were
after
served
the
with
letter
papers
from the
and
trademark office and after the cease and desist, they kept going. And that's a no-no. I mean, you see people get arrested all the time. If you're in a place that sells like knockoff handbags, they take everybody to jail when the feds come and jump out in those plastic jackets for trademarks. You selling fake Gucci's or whatever the case may be. It's the same concept. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. It's completely, so we got them in court, and the point that we are now, they've all been served except for one of the defendants, and we're moving forward. Mm-hmm.
What all are you looking to get out of it?
Well, the lawsuit is asking for $50 million and some other damages and whatever the court also sees fit. See, what happens when you do something like that, to the degree that they went to, when the trademark office told you to back off and you didn't, punitive damages can be up into the hundreds of millions, just to teach them a lesson, because you went behind the trademark office telling you to stop, that kind of thing. But that's what they do. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's probably going to be what's going to get them in trouble, is that they were told to stop and they didn't.
Oh yeah, they were. That's in the lawsuit. It's there. It's the very last page, actually. Yeah, the very last page is from the trademark office. I just thought I'd throw it in. I have text message threads from them saying, yeah, this is the one I told you, the friend that I know who's the woman who owns the Crip and the Blood, that kind of thing. But you can't just do that. If whatever your set is, trademark your set. Do something like that. But or get with the collective, that's just what it is. Because Big U don't run nothing.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.